Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. And today I'm going to give my review of Survivor Series 2005. Starting off the evening, we go to our first match of the night. It is Booker T versus Chris Benoit. I thought this was a good match. Back and forth matchup between Booker T and Benoit, with Booker T hitting a devastating power slam on Benoit. Benoit, though, was keeping the pace of the match, but Booker T ultimately hits a roll up using the ropes, pins for the 3, and your winner of the match is Booker T. Hats off to Booker T for getting the win in this matchup. Moving on from that, we go into our next match of the night as well. It is for the WWE Women's Championship. It is Melina versus Trish Stratus. I thought it was an okay matchup. Back and forth matchup between Melina and Trish Stratus, with Trish Stratus keeping the pace of the match. And Trish ultimately hits the finish on Melina, pins her for the 3, and your winner of the match, and at that time still Women's Champion, is Trish Stratus. Hats off to Trish Stratus for getting the win in this matchup. Moving on from that, we go into our next match of the night. It is Triple H versus Ric Flair in a last man standing matchup. I thought this was a great match. Back and forth matchup between Triple H and Flair, with Triple H keeping the pace of the match. Flair hits Triple H with a kendo stick. Triple H and Flair both exchange in the middle of the ring. Triple H then hits a suplex on Flair on the outside. Triple H then sends Flair into the post. Flair is busted wide open. Triple H then hits a knee drop on Flair. Triple H then goes for a pedigree on Ric Flair through the announce table, but Flair ends up countering that with a backdrop, sends Triple H through the announce table. Flair then hits a knee drop of his own. Flair then applies his signature figure 4 leg lock on Triple H, but Triple H gets out of that, ends up hitting Flair with a sledgehammer, and your winner of the match is Triple H. Hats off to Triple H for getting the win in this matchup. Moving on from that, we go into our next match of the night. It's for the WWE Championship. It is Kurt Angle versus John Cena, with special guest referee Daivari. I thought it was an okay matchup. Back and forth matchup between Angle and Cena, with Angle keeping the pace of the match. Angle quickly applies an ankle lock on Cena, but Cena breaks the hold. Cena then smacks Daivari. Angle then hits an overhead belly-to-belly suplex on Cena, but Cena gets up, hits a DDT on Angle. Cena then hits a 5-knuckle shuffle on Angle. Angle then hits the referee. Angle then hits an Angle slam on Cena for a near fall. Angle then attacks another referee. Angle then brings back Daivari. Cena then hits a DDT on Daivari in the middle of the ring. Referee Charles Robinson makes his way down to the ring, and then Cena ultimately hits his signature FU on Angle, pins him for the 3, and your winner of the match, and at that time still WWE Champion, is John Cena. Hats off to John Cena for getting the win in this matchup. Moving on from that, we go into our next match of the night. It is Teddy Long versus Eric Bischoff. I thought this was an okay match. Back and forth matchup between Teddy Long and Eric Bischoff, with Eric Bischoff keeping the pace of the match. Boogeyman is here. Boogeyman ends up attacking Eric Bischoff in the middle of the ring. Teddy Long then goes for the cover, pins for the 3, and your winner of the match is Teddy Long. Hats off to Teddy Long for getting the win in this matchup. Moving on from that, we go into our next match of the night. It is the main event of Survivor Series 2005. It's our traditional Survivor Series matchup. It is JBL, Batista, Rey Mysterio, Bobby Lashley, and Randy Orton versus Shawn Michaels, Carlito, Kane, Chris Masters, and The Big Show. The match itself is a really good matchup. Back and forth matchup between both teams, with Orton and Michaels starting the match for both of their respective teams. Lashley hits a power slam on Chris Masters. Lashley then hits a Dominator on Carlito. Kane then hits a choke slam on Lashley. Shawn then goes for the cover, pins for the 3. Bobby Lashley is now eliminated from this match. Chris Masters then hits a press slam on Mysterio. Mysterio gets up, hits a 619 on Kane. Batista then hits a spine buster on Kane as well. Pins him for the 3. Kane is now eliminated from this match. Big Show then hits a choke slam on Batista for a near fall. Kane and Big Show then hit a choke slam on Batista. Pins for the 3. Batista is now also eliminated from this match. JBL then hits a clothesline from hell on the Big Show. Ray then hits a 619 on Big Show as well. Orton then hits his signature RKO on Big Show. And then JBL hits another clothesline from hell on Big Show. Ray then hits a senton on Big Show, pins for the 3. Big Show is now eliminated from this match. JBL then hits a clothesline from hell on Carlito, pins for the 3. Carlito is quickly eliminated from this matchup. Ray then hits a 619 on Chris Masters, pins for the 3. Chris Masters is now eliminated from this match. Rey then hits a 619 on Shawn Michaels. Rey then goes for a springboard maneuver, but Shawn counters it with a super kick. Pins for the 3. Rey Mysterio is now also eliminated from this match. JBL then goes from a clothesline from hell on Shawn Michaels. Shawn then hits a super kick on JBL. Pins him for the 3. JBL is now also eliminated from this match. Orton ultimately hits an RKO on Shawn Michaels. Pins him for the 3. And your winners of the match are JBL, Batista, Bobby Lashley, Rey Mysterio, and Randy Orton. Couple of things I'm going to say about Survivor Series 2005, man. Number one, this was a solid Survivor Series from top to bottom. The opening matchup between Booker T and Chris Benoit. A lot of notable matches they had in WCW, man, and this match was definitely not lackluster, man. It was a really good opening matchup for Survivor Series 2005. Melina versus Trish Stratus was a decent match. To me, the match of the night for me was Triple H versus Ric Flair, man. That was an awesome match from top to bottom, man. And, you know, hats off to Ric Flair, man, because Triple H pretty much annihilated him in that match. It was absolutely awesome to see. Kurt Angle versus John Cena for the WWE Championship was also a relatively good matchup. The main event, you know, a traditional Survivor Series matchup, JBL, Batista, Rey Mysterio, Bobby Lashley, and Randy Orton versus Shawn Michaels, Carlito, Kane, Chris Masters, and The Big Show. Again, was also a really good matchup to see, man. If I had to give Survivor Series 2005 a solid rating from 1 out of 10, I'm probably going to give it a solid 7 at best, man. But this is my review of Survivor Series 2005. I hope you guys are out there staying safe. Be careful, and remember, stay classic.